We thought that that the game is over, and we just made sure at the beginning of the game, that this is the kind of games where you can never underestimate the team who you play against, and maybe after a penalty, they just had their momentums, scored a 2-2. We came back, so it's a good reaction from the team again, and just conceding again from a set piece is not the nicest way.
Do you think the poor run has eaten away at your confidence to the extent that when a bad moment happens in a game you're in total control of, suddenly all the good play that you've shown before that, it all sort of disappears?
I don't know. I think you're right, but also after the 2-2 we showed the good reaction. We showed our mentality. We wanted to come back because we knew we made a mistake in a way that we let them come back for 2-2, scored a 3-2, and as I said before, nothing to say about the result.
How much of a toll is this bad run starting to take on the dressing room, Dom?
Well, what is in the dressing room, it stays in the dressing room. It's not for the public, first of all, but it's us. We have to manage it. We have to find solutions, I can always come up with the opportunity on Tuesday or in the Champions League or on the weekend again. But there are also times where you have to look at yourself, everybody, go home, just think and ask yourself if you did everything what is possible, and if the answer is yes, then we just keep going and the momentum gonna come.
Do you feel like that champion team from last season is still in there? It's not maybe as far off as it feels right now?
That's a good question. It's hard to speak about it. Last year we became champion. Now I don't even know which position we are. Every team is doing well. Obviously every team want to win against the champions. That we knew before the season as well. So now we have to find solutions. We have to show reactions, and everybody has to take responsibility, and not always the old guys or the guys who are here longer. Everybody go on the pitch and show it that you're ready to fight for this badge.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.
The manager had to make a change when they're.
And what a weekend we've got in Abu Dhabi as well. Well, it's all to play for in the desert.
Arne, to let it slip like that, I guess it'll be hard to find the words, but what's the mood in that dressing room you just walked out of?
Yeah, that is simple. That is what everyone can understand. It's not the first time we dropped points. It's not the first time we conceded a goal in the last minute. It's not the first time we conceded a set piece. So everyone can, I think, understand what the mood was in the dressing room.
So why do you think, like you say, not the first time for any of those things? Why did it happen again?
I can only explain. I can explain every single time, but let's keep it to this game. 2-0 up. I don't think we've conceded till that moment any chance. And the penalty wasn't a chance as well for them, but we made it a chance because it led to a penalty, VAR intervention one more time. So 2-1, then maybe their first chance of the game led to the 2-2. We showed mentality to go 3-2 up. I think after that I felt we had control. Of course there's always the lone ball, second ball, which you cannot always make sure that doesn't happen. And then a set piece comes in extra time. 9 minutes of extra time, and they score. Yeah, that is part of our season, but the only ones to blame is us, because we do concede these chances. We do so much to create. So it's not easy for us to score a goal, though today we scored 3. If you score 3 goals in an away game, that should normally be enough to win a game of football, especially if you hardly concede a chance.
I know that no manager wants to stand in front of these boards and single out a player, but with that challenge that led to the penalty, is it just self-inflicted? You invite them back into the match, you bring the crowd back into the game, and a match that looked really under control, suddenly it's chaos.
Yeah, what you can say is that he tries to do everything to prevent the cross from coming. So if you want to call it a mistake, it's a mistake from hard work, from trying. Yeah, there was contact. That's for sure. The player already, I think, was on his way going to the floor. But again, we should, in that situation, look at ourselves and not at the referee or the VAR.
Did we see at that point that the bad run that you've had has just left you really fragile? The second something goes wrong, even though you did make it 3-2, the control you've had, the confidence seems to drain out of the team.
Yeah, but I think no matter which situation you are as a team, if you go if you're 2-0 up and you control the game completely and the fans were quiet, not constantly, but in general, I think we were where we wanted to be. Yeah, if you then concede a goal, going 2-1. They come back to end the game with 2-1. Yeah, then I think if you play in this stadium, the fans will always give it a go one more time, and the players as well. And like I said, I don't think we've conceded afterwards a chance, but the first chance we did concede led to a shot from a difficult angle, I think, but went in 2-2. And then we came back with mentality, with a great attack. So we have to do a lot of things well to score a goal. And 3-3 is, as you saw.
Yeah. Just tell us about some of the changes you made. The first double change, I guess at that point they just switched formation and you're trying to lock down the match?
No, I took off Florian and the other one was Connor.
Yep.
That's both related to the amount of games they've played, coming back from an injury. Connor's been out for a long time. And he had repetitive repetitive injuries on his hamstring. So yeah, we always knew before this game he could play 60. So I pushed it towards 66, 67. I think Flo has played so many minutes, and we have to keep him fit. But I don't think it was about it. It wasn't about the ones I brought in.
Were you close to using? Obviously the third game he started on the bench, and in two of them now he hasn't come on. I might be wrong. I didn't see him really warm up during the second half.
I think all the players go for a warm up on a regular basis. But we were 2-0 up. We were 3-2 up. I think it was at that moment of time. More about controlling the game, and we didn't need a goal at that moment of time. And normally, when you need a goal, like last week against Sunderland, I brought Mo in. Today, it felt to me that we needed different players like Wata. I've brought him in many times when we needed to bring the wing over the line, and he gave everything. I think what I could expect from him, and he was also not part in us conceding the 3-3.
What happens with Mo? Medium, short term, Arne. It's hard to see a player of that stature and kind of knowing what's happened in the past when he's been left out of the team. It's hard to see him accepting a situation like this for too long.
No, first, like I said before the game, we have to accept the situation we are in, and I make my choices based on that. And the short-term future of Mo is that he goes in a week time to the African Cup of Nations, and but before that we play Inter and Brighton.
Okay. Are you still absolutely sure you can fix this? Did you see enough today to think, that great team that you took to the title last season, it's in there somewhere?
If you want to base it on what we've seen today and what we've showed many times this season, then there's every reason to be very positive. But it's also not for the first time that when we show a lot of positive things, there's not a lot the other team needs to do to score a goal against us, and that is what we have to fix. But I don't think, maybe we've played only 2 games that the other team created more chances than us. But yeah, that's not where it's about in football. It's about scoring goals, it's about results, it's about not conceding. And but if you look at the way we play and the way the boys keep going, and when the disappointment is there after the 2-2, they come back to a 3-2. Was it after the 3-3 that Virgil had his header also, or was that before?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. So even again, then the boys were trying it. So that tells me again, like I said earlier, there's a lot of positives to take from this game, but it gets harder and harder to address the positive if the results go against you so many times.
Thank you, Arne.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Difficult, Michael, for him to dress that up, isn't it, after the last couple of seconds like that? Inter Milan away next before Brighton at home at Anfield.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating. I bet you every Liverpool fan around the world are just so frustrated tonight because looks like it was 3 points, good performance, 2-0, all going really, really well, and then a decision to give the penalty from VAR, and then all of a sudden Leeds got their mojo back and forced themselves back into the game. Eventually got a point, so it's very frustrating. And the set pieces as well. He just mentioned 10 or 11 goals conceded. I mean, yes, he's the manager. Yes, he takes the brunt of it. But nowadays as well, we've got coaches all over the place, set-piece coaches. They need to look at themselves as well at the moment. He's fronting up and getting all the stick, but there's a set-piece coach in there that's always on the side of the line when they score and celebrate, and when they concede, don't really seem too close to the line.
That is a worry, though, isn't it? Only Forest have conceded more set-pieces this season in the Prem.
It's shocking, really, when you consider the height. Van Dijk, Konate, two of the best headers of the ball. Alisson's one of the best goalkeepers in the country. It's very frustrating. Set pieces is something that you can avoid. It wasn't a brilliant ball. It was just a big mistake.
Liverpool find themselves in 8th now, 10 points off the leaders. Do you feel for him a little bit, Jamie? Does he deserve to be on a side that didn't win the game tonight?
Absolutely, and the winning goal. I think this season, not just this game, this season has been Liverpool's best player. He's had to play in an assortment of positions, right back, right midfield, central midfield, and every game he's pretty much been their outstanding performer. So yes, I do. But right now, Liverpool, I mean, they had Leeds on the ropes. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. But they have this ability right now to just continuously punch themselves in the face. It's almost self-sabotage. They was in such a great position. Like he said, they show character to go 3-2 up. But they have an ability to just throw games away. And that confidence right now to just see out games isn't there. But there was a lot of good signs from Liverpool as well. And they spoke about the third goal Liverpool scored was as good a team goal as you wish to see.
Well, let's see it, Jamie.
Well, it was brilliant.
We thought this was the winning goal, didn't we, in this moment?
And I'll talk about it from a Liverpool's perspective here, because Curtis Jones just drops into that back four. You can see he's very calm. Tanaka then decides to go and engage, and then that leaves this man here, Gravenberch, completely free. McAllister makes a great run. Goodmanson has to run in with him, and then that just creates that overload for Szoboszlai to take a lovely first touch. Just watch that run. Number 3, he has to go in with here, and now all of a sudden, great over. And he just finishes it perfectly. He's so calm in that position. Look at him here. He knows his tongue comes out. He's calm. Look, he's relaxed.
Is the tongue crucial?
Well, it's just with Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan used to have that free throw, he'd always have his tongue out. And it was always like that concentration. And that was a brilliant team goal. And I thought, so I was calm then. I thought Liverpool were going to win this game. I looked around for 1 second, get a corner, and all of a sudden it's 3-3. But I will also congratulate Leeds. It's the right thing to do. The momentum, the crowd, everything they brought today, because it wasn't easy. Made good subs to manager. I think that's a fair...
And it comes down a little bit to character for Leeds as well. And the fine details. The fine details for Liverpool of trying to defend a set piece in the final stages, and for Leeds to make one work in their favour.
Yeah, it is. And Liverpool done so well to kill the atmosphere after coming back to 2-2. But to just see here, I'm looking at Konate again, and he sort of, you'll see it from the next angle it comes in, he sort of ducks out of the way of it. Whether he gets a call from Gravenberch, whether he doesn't realise that somebody's behind him, and then Tanaka, he's just got to make contact with it. He does well, to be fair, to head it down into the ground away. You see Konate there, he sort of drops his shoulder away from it. Whether he gets a call or not, I don't know, but you just always felt that if Leeds could get a set piece in the last few minutes, that they could cause a bit of chaos. As Jamie says, Liverpool have a habit of punching themselves in the face.
It does hit an arm there. That's Gravenberch to clear it up. Jamie, just show us where Konate is.
Can you just stop it there, please? If you could just hit the back post. Liverpool have got a pretty good setup there. I think there's Isak, there's Virgil van Dijk, Konate, and then Gravenberch at the back post. Now, Gravenberch gets attracted to the ball, and I don't think he does well enough. The Stewart's spot on. I see too many players ducking out the way. You've got to see Konate coming. You're a 6'4" defender. You've got to come and win that ball. You're hanging on to a lead here. Look at Gravenberch. He gets sucked in. He then ducks out the way. Actually hits his arm. It would have been interesting to see whether the referee might have even looked at that one. And Tanaka's at the back post, just thinking, this might fall to me here, and he does well. And all he had to do was keep it down, because it's very easy for that one to lift up into the roof of the net, and you can just see the frustration. It's nothing you can do.
But wonderful for Tanaka to have 2 significant contributions in a single week.
Yeah, delighted for him. Obviously, for whatever reason he didn't play tonight, whether he had a knock. I think Daniel alluded to it in this press conference yesterday, that he had a slight knock from Wednesday night. He's come on, he's affected the game, and that's what he's got. We said at half-time that I felt that he's the player that can sort of get Leeds on the ball. And
well, Dom, actually...
2-0 down, he changes shape, he goes to 4-3-3, what we've seen all season, and believe it or not, it becomes effective, which it really hasn't been all season. But
Aronson and Gnonto did make a
and
difference.
Gnonto, the substitutions he brought on makes a difference, don't they? Gnonto wins a penalty. Aronson sets Anton Stack up for the second, and Tanaka scores the third. So huge credit to Daniel.
The problem for Liverpool, Jamie, is not tonight necessarily, is it? Because you can, drop points in difficult circumstances like this was after 3 games in a week. It's this collection of results, which is starting to weigh pretty heavily around the neck of Arne Slot. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's a rotten run. It really is. And I had my piece, and I said my piece on Arne Slot. I don't, look, people are going to talk about him again. I don't see it. I think we have to be very patient here. It's in a difficult season.
So for you, does he get the season whatever happens? Because it's 10 points.
I mean,
it's 10 points right now.
Yeah, if they keep getting beaten and they don't win again this season, of course, then it's a totally different story. The guy won the Premier League in May, and he did an amazing job. And the lack of respect for him in this period has been, I find it pretty amazing. But they are on a bad run, and they've got to show some character. But it's not just on him. I look at the players have to take responsibility. I don't think they're performing well enough. Konaté's decision for the penalty was just unbelievable.